Good evening, agents. We are here live, agents, for another round of Division 2 this week in the division, and there is a lot to discuss this week. As everybody is in the know, we are in a new season. Um, we are in season 2 of year 8, and that means we have a lot to go through. So, with that said, let's get into this week in the division and give you an update on what there is. And again, if you want more information, if you want direct information, the link is in the description to where you can find that information regarding Into the Dark. With that said, without further delay, let's get into what's going on in the division this week. So we start off as usual with the projects. Today's season project, season pass project, sorry, is Jefferson Plaza. Of course, if you obtain the season pass, it gives you extras. And just quickly show
Inventory.
you where you go
Seasons.
when you want to get the season
Inventory.
pass.
Store.
Just go to the store, go to add-ons, and you'll see all the information you need here. The season pass here is Into the Dark season pass, and what that opens up is, as you can see here, and enhance your seasonal experience with Into the Dark season pass. The season pass grants access to the premium rewards of Into the Dark season. Earn additional season awards across 100 season levels, including 10% season XP boost, season apparel, including outfits, weapon skins, additional season gear and weapons, premium credits, crafting materials, and more. Now, you can only unlock premium rewards while the Into the Dark season is active. Some seasonal items may not be available after the season ends. Earn an additional 5% season pass XP boost with purchase of the season bundle. So basically, that's what you're getting. Some people say it's another profitable way for them to earn money. Listen, they need to fund their game somehow, and they put a lot of hard work into this. So why not? Anything to help the division devs, anything to help Ubisoft improve the division 2, I'm up for. Without further delay, again, let's get into. So that's what the season pass project is. So because what it was is, a lot of the time I mention what projects do, what projects are available, and I explain how to intertwine them with other daily activities you do in the division universe, and people get confused. So I've been asked quite a few times, explain the season pass project. What is this exactly? And that's what it is. So this is based in add-on. A lot of people who don't get the season pass, who don't want to spend the extra buck, but they don't have to. But a lot of people won't get this opportunity to get stuff like this. Moving on, daily project today is Black Toss orientated. You're in Coney Island areas, completely in a ballpark in the amusement park. You've got the weekly project, which is centered around cleanest, outcast, and black task. And again, if you want to get double the rewards, you should do the daily, and then that actually contributes towards the weekly, and you get everything done in one swoop if you wanted to. And you'll see it is worth doing to get those exotic components, the SHD calibration, and a lot of XP. And you can see the season pass XP bonus there of 1,100 is there as well. Legendary this week is Man in the Zoo, again an exotic component. You're getting more of those season pass tokens, and you're getting a recalibration cash as well as the gear crafting cash. Okay, you got your weekly SHD requisition. You've got the 15 floors of Summit. I done 15 floors last week. Have a look at that. That was reanimated, and actually had some fun on that one. It was a bit crazy to start with, but got there in the end. You got the daily project for True Sons agitation. Complete a True Sons bounty. You get 100% agitation for the True Sons. We have Dark Zone stuff now. You've got the weekly Descent project, sorry, for those comms, and then you've got the daily project in the Dark Zone, and you've got the weekly project in the Dark Zone, which is gonna be crazy now, because now you're gonna get your XP, you're gonna get the calibration, but there's so much more in this now. So doing this, you're gonna be completing a lot of what's new in the Dark Zone, and obviously this season's focus is Into the Dark, which is the Dark Zone, and there's a lot going on in there. Let's move swiftly on to the Manhunt, because the Manhunt now is, there's a briefing you've got to As you can see, complete the briefing mission to activate scouts. So there is a new scout this season. Obviously, no, every new season there's a new manhunt scout. So that is going to be done, obviously, as I do, usually in a separate video, which we will get through to next. So I will go straight onto the manhunt scouts most likely right after this week in division, but there's also other stuff I need to get my teeth into to show you agents out there. So just stay tuned. We'll most likely we'll go straight to the manhunt, or we might go to the dark zone and see what's going on over there with all the new stuff. So with that said, again, we're gonna go into the dark season. It ends in 10 weeks time, and as you can see here, we have a new event timelines. Year 8 season 2, we have proficiency event on as we speak, and you're just getting extra proficiency event XP. So this extra is multiplied by 3, as you can see there, for this event. But there's a new journey mission as well, so required to complete. So you've got 1 and 2 journey missions already ready to complete, so you've got to complete those, and then it goes towards the final journey mission 8. So journey mission 1 and 2, they're all got to do with the modifiers that help you in the dark zone, but they also work outside the dark zone. So again, if you read all the information, obviously there's a lot of YouTube content creators that have actually gone around to explain it in depth. So I'm only I'm only knocking on the door and hitting the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot to read into about the modifiers, how they work, what they do. But you can see how, if you go back over past seasons, you see how journey missions work. You've got to do these to unlock the modifiers which help you. And I'm going to go onto that screen next to show you what these actually are. Because if you look here, completing journey mission 1 is you're getting a lot of receiver components. You get a lot of materials, and those are going to be very important, because when you want to upgrade your gear, you want to improve your build, which you're gonna need to now. Your actual builds you got now, you're gonna need to improve them to work in the dark zone right now, because there are new builds that people are gonna put together. There are new gear to collect. There's new exotics to go and get. So it is worth doing these journey missions to get the modifiers, which, as you can see here, there's passive modifiers here, and that you're going to need to unlock, and they're going to go towards this inventory. So when we go to inventory, you go to your here, it goes right here to on your inventory, and this is what you're going to be unlocking. We're gonna need to activate it now, so let's activate them. To activate now, so right now this is what you're gonna activate, and you need to unlock them first. So the global modifier right now is collect sample canisters from the toxic dark zones, turn them into research. Turn them into the research bench to increase sample size and to earn stacks on higher quality munitions. High quality munitions provide cumulative bonuses. The larger the sample size gets. Reloading any weapon consumes 1 stack of high quality ammunition. So that's what you're going towards. This is one of the goals that you're going to try to achieve. You need to unlock these ammunitions to get the effects, as you see at the bottom here. The effects being high quantity munitions grant 40% optical range and so forth. So if you go down the list, weapon handling, magazine size, damage to armor, and rate of fire. So what you see there, you need to go and get them canisters, and they're going to be in the dark zone, and then you're going to be able to then improve on your modifiers, as you saw on the previous screen there. So let's go back to it so you can see what I mean. So when you go to the journey mission, inventory. What am I doing? When you go to the journey mission, these modifiers down the side here, journey mission 2, you're going to see some there in 3, 4, 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2. Those journey missions, you're unlocking those modifiers. That's how you do. And you can see there, they actually simple. Complete highness bounties. Eliminate highness with weapons. Use armor kits. Eliminate hostiles with SHD skills. Use repair skills. under full armor, donate resources to ally control points. So these are stuff you're doing on your everyday basis, agents. So again, today, tomorrow, throughout the week, throughout the season, keep an eye on these. Keep an eye on the projects. Now, Jefferson Plaza is a, let me see, is a True Sons place. But look out for I know Coney Island is outcasts and cleaners, but look out for hyena focused projects throughout the week, because to, you know what I mean, or do hyenas missions to eliminate 50. But this is why I always say keep a look out for what the projects are saying, because these are objectives you're going to complete that will always go towards your journey mission. And there are also hyenas in the dark zone. So just to recap over that, to do the journey missions, very important to unlock those modifiers, and they're global and modifiers, and you've got active and passive modifiers, and you need to unlock them, the journey missions, to unlock them. So there's a lot to sink your teeth into. And again, many people were complaining about the division not having enough to do. Now there's so much to do. It's amazing. Let's just hope they've not messed this up, because usually down the weeks I've heard me saying the game's cheating a lot and everything. That's because it does a lot. There's a lot of broken stuff in there, and I hope they fix that. But again, if you look at the latest information on the Ubisoft Division website, there are a lot of bug fixes on there as well. Over the past few weeks, they've been updating whatever bugs they're trying to go after and get rid of. So with that said, the Dark Zone this week is over here in Dark Zone West. This is the as you can see, the toxic dark zone. This is where you're going to go and get those canisters from this dark zone up here. So the map looks different, and these dark zones, there's one that's your normal dark zone, and there's another one. And again, look on that information. This is another dark zone. They've tweaked the dark zone. There's a lot of work they've done on the dark zone to improve it, because not a lot of people enjoyed it before, but now they do. So with that said, agents, I'm going to wrap up here. We're going to unlock this manhunt and get that going, because that, where it says meet Manny in the White House, that's going to lead to unlocking that information on the manhunt, and you'll begin the manhunt. There's a lot to get into here, agents. There's a lot. I'm actually excited now, but I don't want to disappoint, so I'm not going to get too excited. That's why I seem just a bit, I feel neutral, right? But with that said, agents, what I would highly recommend everyone do now is get into read up on these latest updates, read up on what I've just explained, the journey mission. I hope that makes sense. I hope people have saw that segment of this and gone, okay, now I get it, I understand it, let me go and do it. Priority objectives are the same. Unlock those. If there's any, again, if there's sometimes there's some of these, there's like that assignments, some of these are dark zone related as well. So open world, so let's just unlock that to see what that is. Assignments complete, what's that? The NASA security alert classified assignment. So there you go. So that's for a classified assignment. Worth doing. There's a lot to do in the Division universe, and it's about time they showed this game some love. I wish they'd done the same for Ghost Recon, but they haven't. Ghost Recon to me is an amazing game that they should not have let down. They should not have let go. Apparently there's a new one in the wings. But with that said, yeah, let's wrap up now, agents. The next video you'll see coming up in the next 10 minutes will be geared towards meeting Manny and getting this Dark Zone stuff done. Munitions as well. Sorry, before we go, there's the munitions bench where you turn in the canisters and you see what you get here. Worth doing again. I actually forgot to check what was going on here last season, because there was a lot going here last season, but I didn't check. Let's go over here. Obviously there's escalation as well. Let's go and check what's going on with escalation. I'm not a fan of it, to tell the truth. I'm not really a fan of it. I'll do the odd one, but if you look down the channel, like, yeah, they're the same as they've always been. Standard Tankard, Viewpoint Museum, Jefferson Trade Center, Bank Headquarters, and DCD Headquarters. I'm not the biggest fan of it. It's more of a team event, and you just don't get enough people playing it. I've spoken to a lot of agents who are just not into it. I've seen quite a few people actually get some really good prototype builds going, but again, I'm not a fan of it. But escalation is still worth doing, because you've got your escalation desk over here, escalation requisition, and you can buy the caches here by doing more escalation missions, and those escalation missions rewards you accordingly, and yeah, you go from there. But with that said, again, a lot to sink our teeth into. I'm not really going to be doing a lot of escalation. You're going to see the odd video pop
Agent,
up.
we've received a report from the dark zones. When you're ready, meet me at the base of operations and we'll go over
There you go. So that's Manny telling us go and meet him. That's the first thing to do. But again, here's your dark zone that you want to attack, you want to go and deal with. And then all the others are, well, they're not normal. They've been tweaked as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what the tweaks are like. Again, I've never really done dark zone footage. If you look on the channel, not really a fan. So with that said, let's wrap up. We've been here for 15 minutes. Thank you for watching. Those who are watching on Twitch, those who watch on playback on the on YouTube, definitely please do give me some feedback on this week in Division. What would you like me to speak about more? Is there anything you want me to reveal more? Is there anything you want me to explain more? Yes, please let me know, and I'll gladly look into that for you, and we'll see what we can do together. With that said, agents, I'm going to wrap up here now. I'm looking forward to meeting Manny and seeing what the next part of our journey in the Division universe is. But with that said, agents, thank you for watching. And again, in the next 5 to 10 minutes, and as I always do and I always promise, I will see you all on the next live, agents.